All right, the update on my disability and Social Security disability hearing. This is Brian. I'm back. I want to thank all the people who helped me in so many ways this past year. New friends and people that I haven't seen in 40 years. I mean, begging for help, I have to be honest, is humbling and kind of humiliating, but it's also encouraging that people are so kind and thoughtful. Now, I'll get to the update on my health issues in just a minute. Now, some things are better, but short-term memory and losing my place is kind of worse. So I'm going to be reading off the monitor here in little bites so that I make sure to get in all the things that I intended on saying. So little bites. Okay, so here it is, the big news. I got a letter from Social Security, and would have got to you sooner, but I'm absent-minded. I have a hearing date with the Social Security Administrative Law Judge on Tuesday, November 15th, 34 days from now, just 32 short months from when I had to stop working. Some safety net, huh? Now, I've heard 4 weeks, and I've heard 6 weeks, and I've heard 6 months, but if everything goes right, I should have the results, the decision by New Year's Day, which means I could start getting the disability stipend for, by February. Fingers crossed. That would be only 35 months flat from getting a decision. Now, if it doesn't go my way, things will get grim and you'll hear from me again before I disappear into oblivion. Now, as I've described earlier in the video, I have this thing where my butt hurts after I sit for 30 minutes or so. Then it starts to get more and more painful. For the last 20 years, I've had sit-down jobs. Doctors have taken scans and x-rays and told me nothing. Well, okay, so one doctor told me that I had tendinosis of the ischial tuberosity, which is different than tendinitis. He said it was not very common, and they didn't have tests for it. Since then, my other leg muscles and my butt muscles go into spasms and get weak, and so walking has become a problem. Anyway, I can tell the administrative law judge all about this stuff, but it would be better if I had expert testimony or doctor's notes actually said what the doctor said to me. Last year, I was dizzy, ringing in my ears. My balance was out. I had to spend time lying down. I felt like I had the flu. And the symptoms of what they call Meniere's disease had me down and almost out. Well, the doctors were not much help. They said it wasn't Meniere's, but they didn't have anything for me. So what I ended up doing was stopping taking some medications and stopped eating about half the food I was eating. And so since the first of the year, I've felt better. Now, that's the thing. As soon as the brain fog started to lift and I was feeling brighter, the ADHD that I've had since childhood kicked in. I have this verbal tick. I don't even hear it sometimes. And then I'm able to cogitate complex things and carry on deep conversations on many topics, but short-term memory is just shot. Focus is fragmented and anything distracts me. That's why I have to read this instead of just saying it. I can't memorize it and I can't remember what I was supposed to say. I start things around the house, and about the 14th time I start to do something, I realize that I've gotten distracted the first 13 times. It's just getting to be a real problem. Well, I've been going to open mic nights. Now, it's a way to have fun and to socialize, and it's in my budget because it's free if you don't, have anything to eat or drink. But also, the combination of adult ADHD, 20 years of sleep and oxygen deprivation from sleep apnea that went untreated, and then there's the damage to my neurons from 12 years that I took statins. Now, I don't know why those things are even legal. They're really a horrible thing. 25% of people have some bad side effects, and then there's like 10% that are like me, and it just chews you up. So the challenge of thinking on my feet at open mic helps. It helps me retrain, and then I'm also doing a podcast on a favorite topic with a friend of mine, and that helps with thinking. I did the hypnosis comedy show twice this year. I have it down to a bullet list that I can do off of flashcards. It's just not a good way to do it. I mean, everybody laughed and had a good time, but, it's just not professional that way. And so I'm not really pushing it that hard this year. I don't know if I'll get any Christmas jobs. I've been done dog sitting for an old friend. I wish that lying on my back and typing all this stuff, these little bits of dialogue was something I could get paid for. I've sold the things that I own that are, of real value. Just what's left is just yard sale type stuff. So anyway, that got me caught up on utilities and stuff like that. So here's a big surprise. This is the part where I ask for help again. Next month's mortgage is partially covered by a loan from the county in advance on the Social Security thing, and then I get food stamps, and it's the car. The car is the thing, and it has warning lights that are going off, and it gets 14 miles to the gallon. So I would really like to have, if you can see your way and money for gas, and to visit a mechanic if you can do that. I'll put ways that you can help in the comments and the notes below. But otherwise, thanks for watching. It's nice to at least have people know what's going on with me. I'm here by myself all the time. And so I appreciate your good thoughts and your kindness in the past. And if you could cross your fingers and have a good thought for me on November 15th, that would be great. Thank you.